guys, welcome back to Onyx Food Hill. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today I'll be showing you how to make an easy homemade pizza. There's something really exciting about making your own homemade pizza. It's really satisfying and you get an amazing result. There are 3 stages involved in the making of this pizza recipe. So we have number 1, the making of the dough, the pizza sauce, and also the making of the pizza. For the making of the pizza dough, we have 5 basic ingredients and I'll be mentioning them as we go. I usually start with a very warm bowl, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill my mixing bowl with very hot water. I'll leave this to rest for a minute or 2. This is very important if you're staying in a very cool environment. It will help this to activate really quickly. So once the bowl is warmed up, I'm just going to pour out the water and then add in half cup of lukewarm water. This water is just about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That's to tell you how warm it is. You go ahead and add in a tablespoon of sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast. Stir this slightly for the yeast to dissolve in the water. You can now go in with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half teaspoon of salt, and 1 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. Mix everything to combine with a spatula. Once the flour is a little bit damp, you can attach the bowl to your stand mixer. Mix the dough for about 5 minutes. If the dough is still very hard after mixing, you can add 1 tablespoon of water at a time as it continues to mix until you have a perfect consistency. And if the dough is a little bit sticky, you can add a little bit of flour to it to adjust the consistency. And once you have a very soft and smooth dough which is not sticky, you can transfer it to a greased bowl. You can just rub a little bit of oil on the surface of the dough. This will prevent it from sticking to the bowl. You can now wrap the dough with a plastic wrap and set it to rest in a warm place for about 40 minutes to an hour. The longer it rests, the better it turns out. After an hour of resting your pizza dough, it should have doubled in size. All you just need to do is to deflate the dough by punching it with your hand a few times. You can transfer the pizza dough to a lightly flat surface and knead it a little bit. If your dough is sticky, don't hesitate to add a little bit of flour to it to help you manage it. And once it has come together, you can roll it into a smooth ball, then share it into 2 equal parts. You can also share it into 3 equal parts depending on the size of pizza you want to make. Since we're just going to work with 1 dough at a time, I'm just going to preserve the other in the fridge I'll just wrap this up with a cling film, then place in a tight fitting bowl and store in the fridge. This can stay in the fridge for 3 days, or it can be frozen for up to 3 months. I'll just go ahead and flatten this with my palm and also use a rolling pin to roll it out to the size of the pizza pan I'll be using. Once you have rolled out your pizza dough to a 9-inch circle, go ahead and oil your pizza pan with some oil. This will prevent your pizza from sticking to the pan once it's cooked. You can now transfer your pizza dough to the pan and try adjusting the edges with your finger. Just try spreading this out. You just want the edges to be a little bit thicker than the middle. So that's just what we are doing here. And that is it. You have made your pizza dough. Now we are going to move on to making our pizza sauce. For the pizza sauce, it's going to be a tomato-based sauce. So I've got all my ingredients here and I will list them down as we go. You can also check the description box. All the ingredients that I use for this pizza recipe will be listed down for you. So I've got 5 ripe tomatoes and 1 bell pepper. So I just decided to add the bell pepper, but it isn't necessary. We want to blanch the tomato, so bring it into a bowl, pour some boiled water over it, let it cover the tomato. Now cover it with a lid and leave it to rest for about 3 to 5 minutes until the tomato is soft and the skin is easy to peel. After 3 to 5 minutes of resting the tomato in the hot water, you can now pick it up and start peeling them one by one. It's so easy to remove the skin once the tomatoes are blanched. Once you're done, cut the tomato into 2 and remove the seeds. You can cut them up into smaller chunks and then transfer it into your blender. Pulse this a few times until the tomatoes are smooth. Go ahead and place a medium-sized pan on the stove top. Add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or olive oil. Add in 3 minced garlic cloves. Saute your garlic for 30 seconds or until fragrant, and do not burn it. Now go in with 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. The blended tomato. Stir it now and let the tomato paste dissolve in the stew. Cover the sauce and cook for 10 minutes on medium to high heat. You can now season this with 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of red chili flakes, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. This will help remove the sour taste from the tomatoes. Stir this and let everything mix together. You can also add in other dried herbs if you have on hand. I almost forgot my onion powder, so I'm adding 1 teaspoon there. This will also improve the taste of the sauce. Stir this again, cover and cook for another 10 minutes until everything is well combined and turns out really nice. And we now have a very thick tomato-based sauce for our pizza. And the taste is really nice, I promise you. Once we are done with the pizza dough and the pizza sauce, everything is kept in place. It's so easy now to make our pizza. So you can see I have here my red onion, green bell pepper, and red bell pepper. So we are just going to go ahead and slice this up into medium shapes. There are various vegetables that you can use as your topping on your pizza. You can use tomatoes, you can use mushrooms. Once you're done chopping the green pepper, you can go ahead and chop the red bell pepper and your onion as well. I'm also going to be using some black and green olives here. So you can just use whatever you like. You can make use of pineapple because some people use pineapple as your toppings. It's just whatever you like. So these are what I'm going to be using. So let's quickly cut the olives into rings and set aside. And the last ingredient, which is very important, is our mozzarella cheese. So I'll be using this food grater to grate this. So I'm using the larger holes to grate this. Just grate this up and set aside. So you can see we have all our ingredients for our pizza topping in one place. It's now easy for us to bring this together. We are going to rub some oil on the pizza dough. This will serve as a sealant and it will prevent the tomato sauce from soaking into the pizza. And make sure you rub the oil around the edges. This will give the pizza a crispy texture once it's baked. And once you're done oiling the pizza dough, you can go ahead and poke this a few times with a fork. This will help remove air bubbles and also prevent the pizza from puffing up while in the oven. Now scoop some of the pizza sauce you have just prepared on top of the pizza dough. You have to be generous with the sauce if you really want to have a very nice tasty pizza. Try spreading this out with a spoon, but don't let this touch the edges. This homemade pizza sauce really looks so vibrant and it tastes really good. You can also make this at home. It's pretty easy. You can check out the full video on how to make this homemade pizza sauce. As you're watching this video, the link will appear just before your eyes, so go watch it and make it for yourself. Bring your grated mozzarella cheese and spread it over the surface. You should be generous with the cheese because this is what is going to make our pizza really stretchy. You can now assemble your veggies on top of the pizza. So we are going in with the bell peppers. I also added some of the smaller pieces of the peppers just to decorate it a little bit, and you can see it looks beautiful. Now you can also top it up with your sliced onion. Add the olives as well. And finish this up with a little bit of the pizza sauce. You can tell from the look of this is really going to be tasty pizza. You need to try this out and let me know what you think about it down below. Don't forget to sprinkle a little bit of the mozzarella cheese on the surface. And the last ingredients will be our red chili flakes. Okay, this will add a little bit of spiciness to our pizza. Just so that you know, while I'm assembling all the pizza toppings, I have already preheated my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to bake the pizza in a preheated oven for about 12 to 15 minutes or until the cheese melts and the edges are golden and crispy as well. Once you notice that, your pizza is ready. And dear friends, this is what our pizza looks like after 15 minutes of baking. The edges are golden and it's so lovely and it smells good as well. You can leave this to cool down just a little bit before you slice it. So go ahead and slice this to your preferred size and enjoy. So guys, this was how to make an easy homemade pizza at home. It's pretty easy. If you have tried this out, please let me know your thoughts down below. You can also share with me your favorite toppings for pizza. If you liked the video, please remember to give me a thumbs up. You can also share with your loved ones. And please don't forget to subscribe to Onyx Food Hill if you have not done that already. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I would love to see you again. Bye for now.